everybody, and welcome back. So, believe it or not, I forgot to record the audio, so I'm going to have to do this after the fact. Anyway, this is where I am right now. I am trying to find the location to put my electronics. So I've got my two servos for two of the points, and it's a case of where do I position it? Do I put it here on the left hand side, or do I put it on the other side, on the right? Now both of these are effectively split by a beam, and when I was kind of looking at it, well, it's going to be a little bit of a problem because the servo cables from the servos are not particularly long. However, I had designed it so that the actual electronic sits exactly there, where it is at this moment, because the frog cable from the other point is long enough to put there. So rather than doing what I did before, which is drill into the base, I've decided to fit a couple of the little standoffs, the nylon standoffs, which I think are M2.5s, with some bolts, and I'm just going to use regular super glue. Now with super glue, it is pretty tough stuff, to be honest, but I think you can, if you just give it a bit of a nudge with a chisel, it will break away. So that's exactly what I'm going to do now. Just going to glue it in place, and hopefully I won't need to move it again. So this is the area that I'm working on at the moment. It's coming out of my hidden sidings. It's going to be running underneath. There's going to be a raised section above it, and hopefully it's going to look pretty good. What I like about super glue is it pretty much bonds to everything, and the Gorilla Glue that I've got there, which is the gel version, doesn't run very much, and you can leave it there and wow, within about 30 seconds it is pretty solid. So we're just looking at that unit at the moment. I've got a controller for the servos underneath, and above it is the unit that does the 5 relays for all the frogs. I'm hoping to be able to also use some of the outputs on that unit to toggle a feather signal. So I'm using these little connectors. They go from 2 into 3, and I thought I'll use these. I can glue them in place. I've got some other Gorilla Glue, which is the it's a slightly thicker stuff. It's not a super glue, and I thought these would be quite useful because, again, I might need to take this board on and off, and having the bus cable fitted with the kind of Scotch locks, as you want to call them, might not be great if you need to remove something. Where this means the bus can go into there, and I can literally just unplug the bus for it and lift the board away. So that's what I'm going to do. Now you see that I'm going to drill this in, but I changed my mind. I did go for the Gorilla Glue in the end because it made much more sense. So I've put it in place, and now I'm going to wire up the feeds effectively to the points, which are sitting underneath that can Mio just there. So this is for the other set of points, and the nice thing about this as well is I can obviously take power from this and feed them into my can Mio relay boards, so I can do the frog switching as well. So that's also going to be another use of these particular items. I can't remember where I've got them. I mean, I did buy some from, I think, AliExpress, but I think there is one of my people that I go to fairly often also supply these really handy units. Now those little levers are actually spring loaded, and if they close on your fingers they do hurt. I can vouch for that, as it's happened to me a number of times. So the really nice thing about that glue is it takes a while to set, and I decided to move it back to a slightly better position for some of the other wires. go back a little bit from the previous parts of this video that you've already invested your time heavily in watching, because I have gone and removed all the track that I laid up to those points just here. And you're going to ask, why have I done that? The simple answer is, when I laid the track, I used one of these. You may have recalled I actually used one of these. And what is the issue with this, you may ask? Well, if you look carefully, you can see by my thumb it says 21. 21 inches is what the radius, I believe, is what the radius is of this particular track setter, which is what I used for the track. The problem is 21 apparently is closer to a radius 3, and 18 is actually what you need for a radius 2. So this has caused me a problem. Ching ching. So effectively the issue that I was going to have is, you can see I've just literally mocked this up. I've got one set of points. I was going to have another set of points which was taking me into the sidings, which you can't see now. This was following into a double slip followed by another set of points. Well, those set of points just there, you can see in the center of the camera, was going to go into my kind of eddy stow bar, my freight area. But as you can probably just make out, where you can just see the black pen mark, that was the two radius 2 lots of curves coming out. Actually, no, apologies. That back one was a radius 3, because again, I hadn't realised at the time that some of the track I'd got, the set track Hornby stuff, the R609 is actually radius 3, the R607 is the radius 2, and that in its own right was causing me a problem. I hadn't checked under it. And so, you know, part of making these videos is to show warts and all, and I do a lot of stupid stuff, which hopefully other people will go, actually I will plan that better than what the guy from Rowan Town did. Quite cold in the garage, I'm having a cup of tea. Anyway, so I've decided to change. I thought I'd still need, going from that double slip just there and that set of points there, the two main lower loops would be running from those. Now, obviously the inner one's going to be radius 2, the outer one's going to be radius 3, although I'd love to do 3 and 4, just the room's not big enough for it. I've already got to make, hopefully, big enough spacing between the two lots of tracks, between the radius 2 and 3s, so that I can put the kind of longer nose class 800s and the ATPE that I've got, which has got one hell of a nose on it as well. And hopefully that will go round. But as you can see, that has caused me a fair amount of grief, and it was very much a case of, shall I try to squeeze it in, shall I try to do it, or shall I just go gung-ho and rip everything up? And decided to start again from scratch. So I've ordered some more of these. I've got 2 more of these on order. These are the 18-inch versions, so they should be the radius 2s, and I should be able to then lay my track over here, coming around and into the set of points, and I can redo all the work that you've just watched me do earlier in the video. So thank you very much for watching all that, but I have made a mistake and I'm owning up to it, and you can see the mistake that I have made. Anyway, if you do really want to see what happens next, then don't forget, hit the notification bell, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and if you are enjoying this type of video, then obviously please do hit the like button as well. Then please do check in my show more notes below for my links to my Facebook private group and my Instagram page and my Twitter account as well. It's all there. I think I post a few of them during the making of the video. They pop up on screen as well. Anyway, thanks very much for watching this video, and for all the others, and for all the ones that I will do, and hope you stay safe, keep modelling, and I will see you again next time. Bye for now.